H-Town, what's up? You know what time it is. It's time for the best 120 minutes of your day. The Chop Shop, the nation's number one urban sports talk show, and also your midday sports happy hour. Yours truly, Robert Hatter, alongside Jim Hicks, coming to you live from Houston, Texas, but we're broadcasting all over the world via Facebook Live and YouTube Live. And today, it is Baby Friday. We're not open on Fridays. I mean, we don't air on Fridays as I open, but I hope. Let me see. Let me get all my people shared. Sometimes I know I'm a little late. Yes, I'm there. Let me share it with you because this gonna be a good show. Let me share that too. Let me go down and share with all my other friends. Robert Young is in the building. I just want Rob. I was a little. Something happened, Rob. It wasn't computing at first, y'all. I had to redo something. So, but I learned how to do this thing just a little bit. And but welcome, man, welcome. I got some unique topics we want to talk about today. I know we've been talking all at high school basketball. Somebody said something to me. Uh, uh yesterday and the day before said, Rob, I know, man, you got to balance this high school basketball stuff out, man. Cause I can't live off high school basketball. You got to give me some stuff to live on. And I say, you know what? And y'all gotta understand, man, it's just a time of the season that in high school basketball, and some of y'all like it. Some of y'all don't want no substance. See, y'all got to realize it's some people on here that want to learn something and want to learn stuff of substance, but y'all, is a lot of people just want to just. I just want to see. Well, I want somebody to say something about Wheatley. I just want somebody to say something about Yates. I want somebody to say something. You know what I'm saying? Like something that came on yesterday. Oh, did y'all cover what Booker T. Washington? What you want us to cover? They in the playoffs. Sterling Creeks. Talk to me, man. Talk to me, man. Cause Brandon Wheatfall, talk to me. Sterling Creeks, yesterday. What did you get out of the show yesterday? Sean, what did tell me something of tell me what you got out of the show yesterday. I'm thinking, see, y'all, I told y'all I have this dilemma every day. Should I talk about what's trending? Should I go over to ESPN and just look at something? Y'all can't y'all look at that stuff yourself? Should I say something about what's trending, Sean, and not and people not talking about, and we need to hear. I can go on here. Let me see what did happen on ESPN. Mavs lose a coach, going to coach somewhere. The Browns restructured Deshaun Watson's deal. You know, I ain't seen nothing on that. I want to see. But talk to me, Brandon Weefall. What did you see yesterday? Yesterday, tell me what y'all got out of the show yesterday. Tell me what did you learn yesterday that you didn't already know. Talk to me now. I'm trying to do something. Somebody called me and said, and Thaddeus Moody, and you that Thaddeus Moody called me. They said, Robert, you were talking about a subject the other day, and you cut us off when Jimmy came on. And you didn't get back to it. And Thaddeus Moody usually tell me, Doug, you're already in my prayers, baby. You already in my prayers. I know you got hit by a car. You ain't feeling good. You got somebody hit your car. Man, let me tell you something. There's no weapon formed shall prosper against you. No weapon formed against you shall prosper, Doug. So all of that is a setback. You know what, Doug? All of that is a setback getting you ready for a comeback. You got me? Uh, that's all it is, Doug. I'm looking up something, Doug. I suppose, Doug. Sometimes, Doug. See, Doug, that's why. And this for Doug and everybody else, share this show, because somebody else gonna need this today. That's why I tell y'all need. See, Doug, yesterday, I didn't say nothing on this show that gonna prepare you for what happened yesterday, how you're being sick. But I'm gonna give you something. I got to y'all. I can't not go a whole show without giving y'all something, man. I can't do it no more. I don't care how many high school basketball games y'all want to hear about. Because can't nobody even tell me what we even talked about yesterday. Somebody, Sterling Creeks, Dallas Moody, tell me something we talked about yesterday. But Doug, I don't want you to sit. I don't want you to settle. I don't want you to cement yourself when you're feeling the sting of a setback, because God is preparing you for something, son. You remember I told you, heaven talks behind your back. See, Doug, we so used to people talking about us behind our back, negative talking about behind our back. We forget things positive that says stuff behind your back. You remember, I told you the story about Quincy Jones talking about the story of Oprah Winfrey. He said she was in Chicago, Doug, and he was watching her. He was trying to find somebody who's going to play that role in The Color Purple. Doug, and he saw her, and him and Steven Spielberg was talking about Oprah, and she didn't even know they was talking about her. Doug, somebody talking about you, and you don't even know they're talking about it. He said several weeks they were talking about her, and Oprah didn't even know her life was about to change because they were talking about Oprah Winfrey behind her back, and she didn't even know. Doug, some setbacks happen because we make bad choices. Robert Hatter, I can't go eat all this badass food and then go to the doctor and say, man, my blood pressure. No, man. Some setbacks we caused. See, Doug, you're going to turn this test into a testimony. And you going to turn this mess into a message you can tell us, you can tell your young people, you can tell somebody. See, I'm thinking about myself. The choice creates the challenge. Some of us don't feel good because we eat too much fast food. We don't feel good because we don't walk. We don't feel good because we're doing too much drink. We're not drinking enough water. But y'all, that's why a lot of people squander away fortunes by lack of appreciation living. So don't you worry about no setback. He preparing you for a comeback. You're going to come back stronger. You're going to come back stronger. You're going to get your blessing in this stressing. See, y'all, today's decisions are tomorrow realities. Doug, the reason you having this stuff, your life is about a big break. So, see, some people's life is about a big break. It's about one significant life transformation step at a time. Do what you're doing. We watching what you're doing, man. The real you gonna make a demand on you that you become whatever you're doing wrong. You're going to get it out. All that other stuff going to get out your life. I'm just telling you. You're going to live a worthy life, man, because I'm watching what you're doing. I'm watching how you're plugging. Stop, look, and listen. You have to become, and you treat people like human beings. You had an instance one day, you and I, two more gentlemen was in the hallway. I ain't calling their name because they ain't on here. And one gentleman coming in there talking all that old crazy stuff. And you just walked away from the mess. I sit there because I'm prepared to mess with the mess. But I watch you, son. You said, I don't like this dude. I don't want to be around this dude. This dude got bad energy. Young man, I saw you walk out. You said, I'm not finna do this with this dude. See, dude, sometimes you can have the right plan, be the right person, and have the wrong partner, and then you're in trouble. Dude, sometimes you can have the right plan, be with the right person, but you put the wrong people in your life, and they take you off on the yellow brick road somewhere. Y'all, we all have friends in our life that we kind of took us off a pathway. So I didn't mean to talk to you about that this morning, Doug, but I saw your tweet last night. Prayed for you. Got up this morning. My son said, Dad, pray for me. I got 3 big things going on. Pray for him. Y'all, this is how this stuff works. But I'm going to move around because I want to touch on something. Shout out. Hey, Cheryl. I didn't see your name up there. Hey, Cheryl. How you doing? Hey, Terry. Hey, Barry. Y'all, this weekend, and I'm going to come back. I got something for you. I'm going to come back. But I got to tell y'all, this weekend, we're going to have the 290 shutdown, 290 showdown. Doug School going against Jimmy School. Prairie View versus Texas Southern. I'll be in Texas Southern. I will be calling the game for the KTSU broadcast along with Chatterbox. We'll be up there. It's going to be a great thing this year. The women's game started at 2. The men's game start 30 minutes right after that. So I'd like to see everybody come to Prairie View. In case you don't know, Prairie View is just it's a suburb of Houston, but it's on up I 290, and we call it the 290 Showdown. So this weekend, y'all, let's get in there and just it's gonna be the last game of the season. It's probably gonna I don't know. No, I don't think it's. It might be senior night for Prairie View. I'm not sure, but I can't wait. I love that's the first time, and the reason this is so special to me. In the middle of the season, 4 years ago, that's when I got the call. They wanted me to be on the broadcast, and they called me on a Wednesday, and then I agreed to it on a Thursday. And Saturday morning, I had to learn 4 different teams that I haven't been. Saturday afternoon, I had to learn 4 teams, 2 girls teams, 2 men teams that I wasn't familiar with, and be able to call the game on. I'll never forget that day. I'll never forget getting in the car after that game was over with, just saying, because I'd never done that before. And but I crammed like I was in law school. I crammed because I wanted to know everything about all the players, and a lot of stuff I studied for. I didn't need it, but I was prepared for it. But it was a unique thing. It's a unique thing being able to call and be the color analyst for a basketball game, man. If you ever have the opportunity to do it, it's and know what you're doing is exhilarating. But shout out to John Lucas. And the reason I'm shouting out to John Lucas, let me tell you something. John Lucas, y'all, was my hero. John Lucas was the best tennis player in the country and the best basketball in the country, player in the country. So I looked up to him because I played tennis and I played basketball. So he was my hero, all the way from Memphis. Lucas at Maryland was my hero. Then I got to move to Houston and meet and hang out and be friends and go to church with the wife of my hero. And I was a little critical of his summer basketball team, but not critical of him. But his summer basketball people and the people and the way they run their basketball team. I can be critical of your basketball team and still have reverence for you. But shout out to John Lucas, because let me tell you, ain't nothing like a man that puts his kids in positions of power. He put his daughter in power. She runs all that John Lucas enterprise, all the tournaments. Tavia Lucas, great. Matter of fact, when he comes on the show, she sets it. I talk to, so sets it up to make sure his camera is right. He just walk on the camera. But I love y'all. Watch this. This man has put his daughter, his son, one of his son, in position of power. He played in the NBA. Now he's coaching. And now his youngest son, Jay Lucas, now he's the coach of a Power 5 school, Miami, University of Miami. And let me tell you something. And Jay, and I know you might have to wrestle with your daddy, because if I was you, I'd follow the Kevin Sampson model and take my sister with me. Have your people around you. And it is just so unique, man. A young kid that I saw as a little boy, then grew up, and now he's coaching, 36 years old, coaching a Power 5 basketball program. Y'all, we in Houston, we in Texas, got to make sure this kid keep this job. Because guess what? Your son might be next. We got to put our kids in positions like this. Don't root for him, Barry. Help him. Barry, if you have influence over a top player to come out of Texas, and if Jay Lucas want him, we got to make sure that player gets there. All of this, so he don't need no cheerleaders. He needs some people, somebody. We don't need no cheerleaders. We need some people in the trenches. Because the cheerleaders will go home. We need somebody to fight. Because he is going to need, because they're going to fire him if he don't win. They just fired, well, they didn't fire the last coach. He just quit. But he was 100 years old. He didn't made enough money. Jim Narralago. We got to help him. See, y'all don't rah-rah. Don't like, I tell people, don't like this show, share it. So somebody else in some other part of the country, if the right people don't share it, we don't have a guy like Thaddeus Moody on this show. Somebody shared the show. He was watching the show because we had a guy from Chicago on the show. He was watching the show, and now he's sharing the show to everybody in Chicago. That's what this thing's about. John, man, well done. I hope they, like the last time when I was talking about your program, John, your little old coaches text you to how to talk about us. They know my number. They could have called me. But y'all calling telling this. John, well done. You are a glowing example of how you're supposed to put your kids in power so they can be the boss. Y'all follow me? But I show you the impact this show has. And when I ever mention the show, I'm talking about y'all. See, y'all don't understand. I don't never go around saying that this show got. I say y'all because if Shaniqua, if Doug, if Barry McDonald, if none of y'all show up, guess what? I'm not gonna be on the show. I'm finna go play golf. If y'all don't show up, I'm going to play golf. Let it didn't be nobody on here. I'm ready. But y'all valuable. Let me show you how valuable you are. That's why I owe y'all more than just talking to y'all about high school basketball. Because if I didn't give this information one day, I gave something I talked about knowing your worth. And Thaddeus Moody, he sit there, let me see, he sit there and listened to that message, and he internalized that message, and he went back, was retired, and he went back in the workforce. But Cheryl, Daddy sent me he on there. He said, good morning, Robert Hatter and Jimmy. I want to share you this email with you and all the Boom Boom Room. I will be recognized at the Chicago Transit Authority, the CTA, breakfast board meeting next Wednesday at 3 o'clock. At three accommodations that for the three accommodations that I received. There is only 10 CTA employees selected out of 11,000 employees. Thank you, Mr. Hatter, for your motivation speech on knowing your value. That's why I don't want to never leave a show without saying something. Instead of how many points somebody hit in a basketball game last night. Because this man went back into the workforce because of something that I said. And if y'all hadn't been on the show, he wouldn't have heard me say it because I would have been playing golf. So y'all are part of this too. Y'all hear me? This real talk. He's on the feed. Talk to him. He there. He sent me that letter. I know that the first round of the NCAA tournament starts in 2 weeks, from 2 weeks from today. But the other day, Malcolm, smart, brilliant, beautiful young lady that's on the feed right now, Shaniqua. She said something about how this dude is having executive orders trying to stop the funding of HBCUs. And she prompted me into talking. And I was telling y'all how in these government jobs that we're losing. If you don't know nobody, got these nice government jobs, that these good jobs, y'all remember, was entree for us to be in the middle class. That and the automotive industry, because corporate America wasn't hiring black executives. They wasn't hiring black. All you can do is be to clean up and work in the cafeteria. So these layoffs have been massive. The 2025 projects, that's what they were going after the first. I told y'all, I was telling y'all about it. I said, the first thing gonna happen, all you people with them good federal jobs, they gonna come and try to take them. And then they put it in this disguise. Well, we're trimming the fat. It's too much excess. And have some of us black ass people, that's a good job. I think that's a good job. No. They trying to trim that so they can give the tax breaks to the rich. I keep trying to tell you, historically, our unemployment is higher than every other demographic. And we've had the lowest amount of wealth. I told you, wealth of all ethnic groups. Told y'all the average white family's net worth is $44,000. $44,000. The average net worth of a black family is $400. And after the passing of the Civil Rights Act in 1964, that allowed us to get these good government jobs, from the CDC to HUD to the Department of Education to USAID. Notice, those are the things that helped us. Those are the things that Project 2025 are trying to stamp out. And the layoffs has been massive. But we go into a basketball game and we're getting laid off. Never, and I guess the basketball make you feel good, but when you come home and them damn lights ain't on. Never confuse your unemployment with your assignment. That's what I like to tell everybody. Your work does not mean or equate your worth. Doug, just like me talking to you, I had to talk to a partner of mine up there in DC. Great job, great job. The Pentagon. We got to remember that whatever it is that you do at your job, do not let all the joy come from your job. And to add another layer to this labyrinth, up to 2 million people, employees, federal employees, were offered a buyout. And 75,000 have already accepted. And those in the labor movement, they are admonishing firmly for those people not to take the buyout, because it appears to be a setup. And Robert, why you think it appears to be a setup? I cannot forget last summer when co-president Musk, yes, I call him co-president Musk, he won this dismal lawsuit, this dismissal of a lawsuit. He's supposed to pay for $500 million worth of severance to thousands of the Twitter workers. And he had pledged a severance plan that would award these people who stayed on after the buyout 2 to 6 months of pay plus 1 week for each year. And he never delivered on none of it. Ladies and gentlemen, my young people out there, be warned. Some cheese is connected to a trap. Some cheese, some bags, y'all like to say, some cheese is connected to a trap. Y'all, go read your history. They tried to tempt Nelson Mandela 3 times with freedom. They told him that he would be released from Robben Island if he would just renounce the anti-apartheid movement. But he did not accept it. He stayed in jail for 27 years. Y'all, this is recent history. And with his dignity intact, he walked out and became the president. Y'all remember last week when Zelensky, the Ukraine president, came to the White House? The reason, listen to here, they ain't gonna tell you this on CNN. You got to go on Roland Martin to understand this. The reason why J.D. Vance, who clearly isn't the rule based on meritocracy, because he ain't did nothing to merit to be here, he was so hostile towards Zelensky is because before they came on the air, They offered the Ukraine president a similar deal that they had tried to shove down the throats of Africa. They said to the Ukraine, watch this, we will help you with support and with arms only if you give us 100% of the control of your minerals. This is what that meeting was about. How many of y'all knew that? And because he refused and stood up for his people without putting on a suit, they were mad at him. Why you wear a suit? He kept his dignity intact. Y'all, summer basketball community, high school basketball community, we cannot be bribed by the same people who stole us from our land. We cannot be seduced when you put us up for sale. Y'all, we should want what we want, and we want what we deserve. Ladies and gentlemen, not for one moment should you forget that you were bought with a price. Doug Jones, listen to this. They hate your skin. But I need to remind you that melanin, I did not know this, y'all, is worth $435 per gram. This is the stuff they put in suntan lotions and stuff like that. And blank pigmentations is not worth a dime. That is Moody. What did I tell you? What you are worth is more valuable than anything that can be traded on the stock market. In case you didn't know, in case you wondered, well, how is Elon Musk is up there and doing all this stuff? He paid $288 million to the campaign of Donald Trump. He bought his access. And for his contributions, he get to desecrate the Constitution, vilify veterans, invade the IRS, sully Social Security, rail the Department of Education, and weaken the workforce. Y'all, they are crashing the Federal Aviation Department agency one plane at a time, and I got to get on one next week. Which a lesson to all of y'all. All money ain't good money. I know your folks done told you that a long time ago. Don't compromise your character. Whatever it is you do, my brothers and sisters, don't sell your birthright. Don't put your integrity on eBay. Don't sell your grandmother's house. Keep your honor at a high price. Y'all, we got to realize how valuable we are. This is why they always highlight the people who sell us out. Somebody call me. Whenever I go into stuff like that, somebody done call me and mention something. Sometimes I have to share it. But I want to play something I saw the other day. Y'all, this finna be crazy. Y'all need to share this show. This finna be crazy. Let me see. Check this out.
I don't know. Sometimes I have fun with it. Sometimes it's just, I would imagine that no one's turning down McDonald's All Americans. I would imagine. We're just fortunate, and just so you know, just because you got a McDonald's All American doesn't mean you got a great player. Doesn't mean you got a great player. For us, we've attracted them because of the style of play against us. And
hold up, did y'all see that? All you people come on here whining about, yeah, he didn't get in that McDonald's. He didn't get on the McDonald's. Yeah, you know how y'all come on here whining. He got snubbed.
We're just fortunate, you know, and just so you know, just because you got a McDonald's All-American doesn't mean you got a great player.
Did everybody get that? And I got something. Hey, I'm going to go back to something else. But did everybody get that? Doug, did you hear that? Who else in this summer basketball community? Kirk Collins, did you hear that? Barry McDonald, Tasha, did you hear that? Frank Miles, did you hear that? Harold Tillman, did you hear that? Thaddeus Moody, did you hear that? Just because you're a McDonald American don't mean you're a great player. Shaniqua, did you hear that? Y'all like, he should have been a McDonald. He should have been doing it. Watch it.
Doesn't mean you got a great player.
Doesn't mean you got a great player.
For us, we've attracted them because of the style of play, the style of discipline, the winning tradition, the growth, the producing pros. That's what attracts McDonald's All-Americans to us. And not even just that. It's just we create meaningful relationships with the household, not just the recruit, the entire household. So if the household's happy and we've done our job, there's a lot of happy meals to go around.
Anything else for Coach? When you think of last year,
Diana be wrapping up, so I don't put this. I don't put this foot in this mouth, right? Thank you, Diana. I can't get a bit out there sometimes. I don't know.
Y'all ain't never heard nobody say that, did it? Y'all think it's the end of the world because I don't go to the NBA 100 camp. I didn't get invited to the USA basketball. To all you people who did, who think like that, this for you.
Hey, Black Child by County Color. Hey, Black Child, do you know who you are? Who you really are? Do you know you can be what you want to be if you try to be what you can be? Hey, Black Child, do you know where you're going? Where you're really going? Do you know you can learn what you want to learn if you try to learn what you can learn? Hey, Black Child, do you know you are strong? I mean really strong? Do you know you can do what you want to do if you try to do what you can do? Hey, Black Child, be what you can be, learn what you must learn, do what you can do, and tomorrow your nation will be what you want it to be.
So if you're not chosen to go to McDonald's All-American, hey, Black Child, go to TSU and play against the top-ranked team in the state and send them back down San Antonio I-10. Sheldon Henderson. I think about watching all of this stuff with Shador and LeBron James, and they talk. Shout out to Trey Nunn, young fella from Waxahachie. His dad be on the show. Oh, let me see. He's a scholar athlete. Let me read it. Hold on. I like stuff like this. Where did I get it from? Okay, here it comes. Yes. Shout out to this young man. Let me make it bigger. He was chosen as the Scholar Athlete of the Week. And he got it came and they interviewed him. One of the best players in the state, also the Scholar Athlete of the Week. That kind of stuff. So guess what that does? That don't limit his. Don't limit. I know a kid that wanted to go to Rice this year, and Rice wanted him, but he couldn't get in. I know a kid that wanted to go to Vanderbilt, just couldn't get in because you have a grade. But y'all don't eliminate the excuse. Make yourself, what I said earlier, more valuable in your recruiting. So when they look at that GPA, they say, something about this kid. But I was thinking about LeBron and think of the stuff and why we are still using normal standards for this dude. He has never been normal. That's why I don't let nobody talk about. You know, I know he do some stuff, but through the media and I know he do. Call himself the king. You know. But ladies and gentlemen, I saw something I want to share with y'all. I saw something. Watch this. Where he at? Hold up. Tell y'all why I like him too. I'm gonna tell y'all some stuff why I like him. Watch this. Just watch this.
Ball is rich with legendary performers. Those who have dominated the paint, dazzled us with their passing, displayed uncanny marksmanship, and risen above the crowd. Other than talent, the common thread among all these legends is simple. They're known by a single name. And now, as we look to the future, a young man called LeBron attempts to earn that same distinction. Can LeBron James take his first step toward legendary status? Find out next. Ball is rich with
17 years old. He's 40 now. This ESPN played that stuff before his high school game, comparing him to all of them legends. Gary Carter, why are we still using normal standards for this dude? He's never been normal. Never. Just thinking about that. My grassroots basketball people. Because some people talking. College too. Somebody said, what if I told you guys there were no such thing as stealing players? It's not possible. You can steal cars, you can steal clothes, you can steal money, but you can't steal players. Do y'all know that you got guys in summer basketball don't speak to people now? Because Gary Carter's son was playing with Malcolm Hall's team. But Harold Tillman, they like Harold Tillman's team better. So they go over there and play, say, Daddy Gary, I want to play with Harold Tillman's team. I don't want to play with Malcolm Hall's team no more. Do you know sometimes Malcolm Hall want to fight? Want to cuss out and talk crazy about somebody else's kid? I got a question for y'all. I called a couple of coaches today. They ain't text me back. I just text them because I wanted to hear this. And I want to get it straight. So do me a favor, share this show right now. Everybody share it. Because I need somebody to tell me this. Do college coaches come and watch 15 and under teams? Somebody actually said, Robert, do college coaches come to watch 15 and under teams? No comments? Come on now, I need somebody. Yes or no? But I need you to bring me some receipts. Do college coaches why you say yes? Tell me a college coach that give me the for instance. Because they tell me they don't come watch 15 and under team. But that is Moody say yes. Tell me where you seen that. 15 and under? Hell no. The college coach might not be there in 2 years. Why should they watch a 15 and under team? Them 15 and under teams, evidently, why am I coming and watch them at 15 and under? Norris, I'm just, y'all show me where. Somebody just text me. They don't like. He said, I've witnessed college coaches in the past few years. What type of college coaches was watching them games? And what type of player? The player couldn't have been that good, because if he was that good to me at 15, what type of college was watching him? Give me some for instances. Y'all got this. I don't want to hear that. I've witnessed. Give me the receipts. Because you know what we do here? We take pictures. I've seen no. Hold on. So it's an anomaly. It's not the norm. Tom Izzo watch. Listen. Y'all, I've witnessed several coaches in Penny Hardaway come and watch Amani Bates. I ain't talking about the abnormal, the pros. I'm talking about, do college coaches make a normal? Somebody said, Tom Izzo watching Chris Sinek. Chris Sinek supposed to be one and done. I ain't talking about that mess. And y'all know I ain't talking about that. Why y'all even wasting my time with the outliers? Take the outliers out. No, you ain't got no, you ain't. Gary, ain't nobody paying no attention to what you saying. you can make a comment. No. Why would I go watch it? I got the transfer portal right now. Why would I go watch a 15-year-old? Now we talking about, why would I go watch him? Give me a reason. Since y'all have seen the coaches, y'all should have asked them coaches, why are you at this 15 and under you event? How many of you think gonna watch him this summer? No. You did good. How many high school players, how many coaches gonna watch this summer right here some 15 and under teams? Do you think Mike Wilson, who just got fired for about to get fired, had time to go watch a high school basketball game? Excuse me. A 15 and under basketball team? I'm not trying to hurt no parents' feeling. I'm trying to tell them, your son got to get his weight up. Just college coaches ain't got to come. He ain't got to be the best ninth grader. He ain't got to be the best 11th grader. His ass better be the best 12th grader, though. Y'all problem is, y'all want him seen too soon. Then somebody go see him and he can't play, they gonna look for another 15 and other player. He only 15 and under team for a reason. Ladies and gentlemen, I did some Ayana Green that I didn't know we was doing it. I just went along with what Coach told me. We had a team called the Franchise All-Stars. But we had two ninth graders named DJ Griggs and GJ Griggs, Rasheed Suleiman, and Winston Shepard. We had three ninth graders. One of the players went down Junebug, when I say Junebug, playing on one of the 15 and under team, down to Orlando to the Nationals with another team. And the dad called me, somebody, they put your boy on the bench, man. They didn't do nothing but. I said, bring him back. I put this ninth grader on a 17 and under travel team. Sponsored team. Sometimes I felt like it, I fly your mama, your dad, everybody out. Watch this. We put those two guys on our 17. Now, hold on. My top end guys were some badass dudes. Right. John Henson, Kelly, Ray. Goddamn. Man. Yo, them three dudes, ninth graders, came and played on the big circuit going around the country, playing against all the top players, John Wall, all of them. I was playing against everybody. We put them in the fire. A lot of parents were saying, some parents that friends of ours, you know, that they didn't make that move until we made it. They said, well, if they doing it, we gonna do it. So they went to the hoops and hoops with their two young players. They used to be on the same team as these players, and now they want. First they were saying, no, don't do that. That's correct. One of those dudes went to Duke. One of those dudes went to Long Island. One of those dudes went to San Diego State. Those three guys. Everybody on that team went to college for free. Shaniqua, Kenny called me saying, man, they had your boy on the bench. I said, bring him back to Houston. I got him. The youngsters went out there and did their thing. They wasn't scared. I put them in the fire early. That's why they dominated. Now, every player ain't like them three. So that's why I asked y'all, why would a college coach go to a 15-year-old event? Why? And guess what I did? I put my son on that team. He was in 8th grade. Put him on the right. So guess what that did? When the coaches get the roster of this team with all these badass dudes, then they get what they said. Who the hell is this little 8th grader? He got to be cold for him to be on this team. But he was practicing, going up against some of the best players in the country every day. So that's why when he got to the college, I knew he was gonna start when he stepped on college. I wouldn't, you know how we now we don't know who. No, I told him the first day y'all at what you call it, open gym. You know how guys get to college in a little bit, then they say everybody get there and everybody go hoop. I said you find out who everybody trying to play point guard and you tear his damn head off that night, the first night. I want him calling his mom and them thinking he made a bad decision. Little fella called me that night, said, Dad, it's a new sheriff in town. But you got to groom him. I put him, DJ, and Rashid used to tie his little ass a new one. But he kept getting up, kept fighting. So he was competing with some of the best players in the country. DJ Griggs was the number one player in the country one time. Yeah, you know how they rank them kids. Rashid Suleiman went to Duke, went to straight justice, was one of the best players in the country. But I had him fighting. Y'all, we scared of competition now. I ain't gonna put him on that team. He might not play. I want him to go against the baddest dudes. Somebody said no sound. That's your raglass device. We got plenty of sound over here. Y'all understand me? So the question was, do college coaches come to watch 15 and under teams? And somebody said, Robert, just be clear. I don't know of a college coach who's watching the 15 under basketball this summer. So programs, let's cut the bull crap out on this exposure talk and about starting, and he said he's going to start calling people out. According to what device you? That man said loud and clear from the subway of Chicago. Thank you, man. It's just Houston. It's a Houston thing. Maybe it's what's his name? Greg Abbott. He did it. I was thinking about that, y'all. Cause let me have a look. Let me tell you some of the people. Cause y'all don't seem to. Let me give you some of the people were sending me stuff about this, right? Where did I get it at? Come on, Robert. I got it somewhere. Oh, hold up. They were sending me this information, right? What else they said? I'm just gonna tell you. They said. Then one guy said, I talked to a P5 coach this week who gonna be watching the 15 and under EYBL. Then one guy said, yeah, Robert, my friends pulled up when I asked them to, if you're that good, and say you're not a 15 and under player. Dude said, I didn't know any decent 15-year-olds who played 15. They were all playing up in 17s. Man, we done had a whole tribute to Jay Lucas, man. And you come on the show at what time? 1 o'clock. Coaches say they rarely watch 16 and unders either. This been true for more than the last 10 years. Watch this. Okay. See, I didn't know he was watching. This is who I wanted to watch. Now I know somebody who's watching who know. He said college coaches do come to watch 15 during the live period of EYBL, Adidas, Puma for sure. Really depends on how the event is set. So as a whole, they don't. But in special, so in special occasions, they do. I like that. I like that anonymous caller. Since you didn't want to be known and you didn't want to be on the screen, I like that anonymous caller. But that's good information. That's good information. But I'm talking about as a whole. Somebody just sent this information to me. And this summer, why? Why would I? Even if it is, I guess to get the first dibs on a kid. Jimmy, I was just talking about, God damn, man, you wrong for that big ass hat, man. That mother taking up the whole damn screen.
That's my crocodile. That's my Dundee, man. That's my Dundee.
Well, that Dundee need to be done some damn well. And done throwed it in the garbage some damn well. That big ass hat. But no, what's
knife?
up, man?
That's a knife. That's a knife. Remember Dundee?
Yeah, crocodile.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, crocodile Dundee. But no, Jimmy,
Yeah.
I mean, we was just talking about something, Jimmy. Somebody asked me, they said, Rob, little banter. Do college coaches come watch 15 and under teams? I ain't talking about that. I'm talking about it's the norm. And then somebody said on big events they do. But I'm talking about 15 and unders playing shit more than just EYBL, ain't they? Do they come and watch? Do in your
You know what? I just be thinking some people just send questions to us because they want to hear us curse on the Chop Shop.
No, there was some people talking to me. I didn't even have to bring this up, but I just thought about it.
Here's the deal, man. Here's the deal. Because it's an asterisk that goes with this.
Okay.
If a player has obtained social media celebrity status, then pretty much everybody would not be would be or would not be off limits towards going and satisfying their curiosity to go and watch a young player play. You know, regardless of recruiting them or not. So just mind you, every game that, for example, have you ever seen an HBCU courtside while AJ DeBansa or Cameron Boozer was playing? Right? Have you ever seen one of them? Have you been out? Did you notice any HBCUs there? Where it's highly unlikely that HBCU was there to recruit one of those guys who's going to be definitely one and done, would be going straight out of high school if the rules, once the new collective bargaining agreement.
So they know they ain't got a chance at him, though, Jimmy.
But that's what I'm saying. But they're not going there. Every coach that watches a game is not going to an amateur high school game to recruit that player. Some
what they
people
going for?
are
What they
going
going
there.
for?
Well, there's various reasons. Somebody could be doing somebody a favor, and
That's what the guy said. That's what the guy said.
That's one in no
Okay.
particular order. So I'm not ranking these answers, so you
Okay.
guys can think I say one. That's one. I mean, once again, you're doing somebody a solid, and you owe them one, or you feel you owe them one to go and sit there and watch a game. Number two, that could really be a good game. Texas Southern University, well, that would be not necessarily a good example, but if Grambling wanted to come and watch, or they were in town, let's just say Rice was in town and wanted to come watch Bel Air play San Antonio Brennan another day because it was in Houston. And guess what? And they came there, They came to the game because they wanted to see the showdown. But you might have, in watching that game, you might have noticed there was a 10th grader or that was a 11th grader on one of the team that you like, okay, I need to see him now, follow him in the summer. So that means you're going now to watch there's a matchup or a highly anticipated game that the basketball purists are inside of you would like to see how that goes or how it's going to go. So you're going for the intriguement of the game. You're going to do somebody that's solid. That's two. Another reason that you may see a college coach at a 15 and under game is because the coach may be a friend. And once again, you're not even doing him a solid. He didn't beg you to come. You're just going there and you're evaluating the coach. Coaches sometimes evaluate coaches because they may have a spot on their bench. And I remember many times Jerome Tang, when he would go see Speed Mocan, he wasn't necessarily, he was going there to see some of the prospects because they were defending EYBL champions at the time. But the coach of Mocan, I remember Tang telling me he was evaluating him. He asked me, "What you think about it?" I said, "Well, I don't really know. I know him a little bit just from some certain events, and but just getting intel. So sometimes you could be evaluating the coaches because there are many coaches that's in the college ranks that used to be grassroots / AAU coaches. So those are three reasons that I just gave you guys. Now, the thing is, and the last one, I give you an asterisk with the last one, if the kid is related to you and you're a college coach and that's his cousin, that's his uncle, you're going to support family. So the thing is, just because a college coach is in the building and you guys know, for example, we had, let's say, who's a college coach right now that in Houston that has a son playing right now? Is there any college coaches in Houston that has a son that's playing? Not that I can think of. But let's say Chris Ogden at University of Texas. His son, Bo Ogden, like he played for JL3 a couple of years ago, and I think he played for the the ASAC team now, Austin, San Antonio, Killeen. Well, if your kid plays on the team with Bo Ogden, chances are very highly likely that his dad, who's on the staff with University of Texas, will be present at your practices, at your games, whether it's a live period or not. The same thing happened with many of coaches out there. So that means you get to thinking, well, man, coaches come to our games. Listen, man, the coaches watching it. Yeah, but that ain't guys. In due time, the jig will be up. The walls are slowly closing in on the amount of ways that with the lure of recruitment that people are using to prey. I call it like it's equivalent to payday predatory loans. You preying on the psyche of these families, making them think that if they come play with you in this 9th grade event, that all the college coaches going to be at your court. Yeah, the college coaches are going to be at the EYBL. Yeah, they're going to be at the Under Armour circuit. Yeah, they're going to be at Adidas. Yeah, they're going to be some at Puma and even New Balance. But that just because they in the building, just because a person's in the Galleria don't mean they shopping at your store. Remember that. You going in the Galleria don't mean you going to your store, your boutique. Don't mean that. So stop trying to fool people with this stuff. What else they ask
And I
you,
guess
Al?
that's what they was talking about. You're good. We're good. That's all. Hey, you see my
Yeah, man.
whoa. You see my homeboy last night. Let me make you mad. You see my homeboy last night.
Who that?
Huh? You didn't see my homeboy. You didn't see my homeboy last
understand, okay, this is where we need to put him in these actions where he's going to be most successful.
Harden the finish! Oh my goodness!
He gave him a 50 piece. A 50 piece. What's your one name? Shannon House. A 50 piece was a fry. Hold up, Jimmy. About 4 or 5 peppers. He gave him a 50 piece last night. I didn't know he could do that. Don't have me. Don't have me. Don't have me.
Every player in the NBA has the capability to go off for 40 points on any night. Virtually.
This is 50 P.
Well, I'm just saying at least 40.
50.
At least if you can score 40, you can score 50. How to stop?
But if you can score 50, you can score 60.
Yeah, you can.
If you can score 60, you can score 70.
You can, but you may run out of time. It depends on the time efficiency of doing that. You might run out of time, but you can. If you're cooking, it's cooking. And that's think about it.
Hey, hold on, wait for Paul Miranda. Kate Cunningham, what his name? Kate Cunningham, Robert, his little happy ass up in there talking, I'm Cade. I got the Cade for me. I'm Cade for me. Jazz, come here, boy. Come here. And Cade was guarding him most of them points. Cade just said, hold up, get what Cade said. Man, he just good, man. He's just good like that. But they was filing me too, and when nobody calling it. Yeah, I just throw that in there. You can keep going. I just felt compelled to see that. What else happened? Hey, Jimmy, the I-290 showdown this weekend.
The I-90 showdown.
The
290 showdown. Okay, and who you got on 290 showdown?
No, man.
In Prairie View.
TSU in Prairie View.
How's it a 290 showdown?
Ain't that what's the name of that damn highway? 290, ain't it?
Yeah, but TSU is not on 290.
Prairie View. We playing at Prairie View.
Yeah, but normally when they say the 290,
they separated by 290. That's how you get to each one of them.
You got to get the 2 more freeways to get to TSU.
Hold on. For Prairie View to get here, where they got to go through first? 290. For us to even make it to Prairie View, we got to get to 290. So that's why it's the 290 showdown. Yeah. Well,
unfortunately, this is one of the recently rare times that this game is not a toss-up. A Prairie View is not picked or expected to win at home. Put it like that. At home in many recent years, Prairie View was probably expected or did win at home. This one right here, TSU better not lose to Prairie View.
Don't worry about it. Hey, don't worry about it. Don't even worry about that. That's all I got to say. Hey, don't even worry about that one. We working for seeding. We posturing ourselves right now.
Yeah. Well, speaking of posturing, you see the state tournament officially kicks off, the UIL state tournament in San Antonio, which is underway as we speak.
Did they on a Thursday?
It always started on Thursday.
Who play on Thursday? The girls?
Well, now they have girls was last week. Boys is this week. Girls and boys, they started 1 week early and they finished 1 week early. But in this situation, they have new rules in place where there's 2 winners per each classification based on attendance. So this is the first year of it. It's leaving a sour taste in the mouths of many. Then the question remains: will they go back to the other format? And meetings start today. One meeting that is underway is, or it's going to take place this afternoon in San Antonio, is whether or not they're going to tinkle with the start of the boys' high school season. So right now, because October the 31st is on a Friday. So normally the girls' weekend, they just can't fathom there ain't enough time to push everything back for girls to start on October the 31st. It's not. So girls has been moved already established. The girls will start on November the 7th. That's a Friday. That's the first day they can play on. 7th and the 8th that weekend. That means the boys can't start on the 7th because ain't enough referees, Heather. There's not enough officials to flood all those games. So the boys, as it stands, it starts on November the 14th. That's a Friday. Well, there's a proposal on the table to let the boys start on that Wednesday because a lot of boys teams have already scheduled games thinking they were starting on the 7th the week before. If they give them that Wednesday, that's an open date that nobody has occupied. So I don't believe that they will start it on the 12th. I believe they're going to leave it as is, and teams just have to cancel those games and proceed with caution. And another thing you're going to hear in the next couple of days, you're going to hear the conversation reignite about the shot clock, as they have done each and every one of the past years of the state tournament, excluding the year that they canceled in 2020 for as a result of the COVID-19 virus. You're going to hear that conversation. They revisiting and to put this thing in perspective, guys, because a lot of people just really you think about it, but you may have not paid attention to it. A lot of rules were put in place many years or decades ago, many. And in the state of Texas, there are many school districts that you said 1A, 2A. Those are schools with less than 200 students in population. And many of those schools that are in existence in those classifications are single high school districts. Well, how they have the same amount of electoral voting power as HISD. That AD has the same voting power as Cypress ISD from that small 1A school, as Dallas ISD, San Antonio ISD. All of these multi-school districts have no greater electoral vote than those small schools. So there are far more small schools and school districts or municipalities like Stafford. It's not an ISD. It's not an independent school district. Stafford, the school that was previously undefeated, that recently lost to Booker T. Washington, they're a Stafford. They're a municipal school district. They're MSD. So my point is, a lot of times the shot clock or many of those smaller schools are in favor of not having a shot clock because it would make their kids have to speed up some things, the fear of the unknown. So this is why it's been so hard. You have to convert some of those people over in order for the bigger schools districts to have a chance. So that's the thing. That's what the hurdles are. And I just think that if more coaches would be more proactive and involve themselves in the voting in the process. A lot of them guys don't vote. A lot of them don't even. They're just so blasé with the whole thing, man. Whatever. Then they leave the room and start coming complaining at the hotel bar or at the restaurant, like man, it's out our hands. No, you can have a voice. You guys collectively, when y'all can bond together and talk about everything in group text, y'all can bond together with that. Y'all got to make it's time, especially the TABC summer event has proven to those that did not believe just how powerfully attractive that Texas high school basketball is, on the boys' side especially. It was the most attended by teams and by college coaches than any of those things in the country. Now, Guess what? May not be in the best venue, may not have been the the most attractive for us, appealing wise for us, optics, but more coaches, more college coaches, more teams were at the TABC. So hopefully things can change for the greater good. And Frank Young said our football head coach, which are ADs, voting on these things as well. There are different committees. There are different things that different panels that intrude the voting process or different things getting done. You got athletic directors that vote on certain things. You got principals that vote, superintendents. There's different layers of different things that can be enacted. But those football head coaches that are ADs, they're really campus coordinator, athletic coordinators. Now, very few, uh, if you're in a single school district, then that football coach can be the AD. That happened with Sheldon ISD, with C. King, right up until last year when that head football coach stepped down to resume a full-time athletic director role, but he was the athletic director / head coach. Not many schools in Houston are like, in that, remember, you're athletic director of the district, which it's only one high school in the district, but you're governing those middle schools as well. So that's the thing on that. So now we're going to give a shout out. Of course, we want to wish a happy, safe travels for all of the teams from all around the state as they prepare to bus towards San Antonio for the state championships. It's only one game, as we said earlier. Class 1A and 2A is today. Friday is 3A and 4A. The session for Friday is 11 a.m. and 1 p.m. for 3A. 5A would be 5 p.m. and 7 p.m. So that means Wheatley will play at 5 p.m. on Friday, followed by Booker T. Washington. Houston Washington is at 7 p.m. on Friday. Booker T. Washington is playing Dallas Kimball. Wheatley is playing Kennedale. Then on Saturday, you have Class 5A, Class 6A. 11 a.m. and 1 p.m. is Session 1. 5 p.m. and 7 p.m. is Session 2. Couple of good things about this, getting some array of sunshine out of it. There are no more 8:30 games at the state tournament, which would not put you out the building until well after 10 o'clock. So that's a good thing. I couldn't be more proud of the crop of guys that I knew, of several of these guys that are there from out of town that have supremely healthy relationships with. And I tell you guys, in life, a lot of things are measured by, a lot of relationships are measured in different fashions. And I mentioned Booker T. Washington a while ago. They're playing Dallas Kimball. And Dallas Kimball, Nick Smith, I've slept in his house before. I've ate at his dinner table before. More than once. David Peavy of Dick Duncanville, I've slept in his house before. I've ate at his table before. And those type of relationships, for a person to bring you in their home and you wake up in their home the next morning, stay overnight, and their wives is there, that's a whole different type of relationship. Some guys don't want none of you suckers nowhere close to their wives. That's the respect. That's a different degree of respect. So Nick Smith, great friend of mine. Matter of fact, me and Nick Smith, we lodged together at the Final Four in Phoenix last year. Nick had an Airbnb, and it was like, yo, I can come a little closer. I'm like, yeah, let's do it. And in exchange, I got Nick some complimentary passes to a suite at the Final Four, at the championship game. That's how you look out. It wasn't a barter, just that I look out, I get tickets all the time. How do you get tickets all the time? You just got to be there to get them fall in your hand. And so my point is, Nick Smith told me, say, man, we got a couple more move-ins. Man, we can win this thing next year. I say, man, stop, man, get out of here. You're not winning this thing this year. H-Town gonna win this thing. Man, I'm telling you, man, they talk about moving us down to 4A. We gonna run through that thing. And sure enough, Nick Smith, tick my brim to you. You're definitely doing what you're supposed to do in the 4A ranks. And hopefully Booker T. Washington has something to say about that on Friday night. Understand? I can root for Booker T. Washington. That don't mean I'm rooting against you. I'm rooting for, and as most people, as most should, I'm rooting for Beaumont Westbrook. I'm rooting for Thurgood Marshall. I'm rooting for Belair. And I'm rooting for Wheatley, as well as Kuntz and Columbus alike. Hell, they got a kid from Columbus might be leading the state in scoring.
It's the leading scorer in every division. Somebody got to be.
Yeah, but it's rare that the leading scorer in the state of Texas is in boys. It happens in girls. In boys, it's rare that the leading scorer in the state of Texas in basketball would advance his team to the state championship. That's rare. Kid scored 45 the other night. Now, mind you, that's class, what, 3A? Yeah, class 3A.
Well, shit, he scored.
Yeah, but just and he's 5'10". So don't y'all go thinking that 40. He averaged 45 points a game last year, Alan. He averaged 45 last year. I don't know what he's averaging this year, but don't. And for some people, will automatically get to thinking that University of Houston should be offering him because he averaged 45 points a game. It doesn't.
Do people actually think like that?
Some people do, and so I got a new way of thinking of answering that. I got a new way of thinking. That's because I had the conversation with somebody, and they was talking about Stafford when they were undefeated, and Booker T. Washington beat them. And I say, well, tell me this: if Booker T. Washington played Stafford's schedule this season, what would Booker T. Washington's record be? If the teams that Stafford beat, if Booker T. Washington, you swapped out, they played that schedule, how many games would you think that Booker T probably would have won all those games as well? So that means you take it and you run with it, but don't make it just because you're undefeated.
Well, they ain't undefeated no more.
Veterans Memorial, right? Beat Beaumont Westbrook. Lost to Beaumont Westbrook. They were undefeated. They were 39-0. Had Beaumont Westbrook played Veterans Memorial schedule, which they had some comp. They beat Katie Jordan, but Westbrook Memorial probably would have been 39-0 as well. You can make a case for that. They only lost 2 games all season, and neither one of those losses, from what I understand, was a game that Elijah Garrett finished. Neither one of them. So, but once again, shout out to yesterday we didn't talk about Booker T. Washington. I think at the end of the show, some people ask, and it's 33 minutes past.
Nobody asked that, but Darryl Barnes.
Somebody did. I don't remember who it was. Somebody asked Booker T. Washington. Understand something. I can only imagine what these young people have been going through all season. How do I remember when after the stuff went down with the teaching scandal, that there was several of those kids that was rumored to be possibly had to be counseled. They had to have meetings, parents and families, to keep them from walking off the plank and from departing and transferring away. There was a couple of those young men They had to convince them to buy in. Their first game they played, they struggled. And I remember getting the story that, you know, the coach, the acting coach at the time, the kid, the way that he spoke to the kids, some parents of the kids wasn't receiving it properly. It was one of those "you ain't my daddy" type syndrome. Like, we'll take it from Coach Grayson, but you don't know what you're doing, because it wasn't necessarily Coach Grayson. It was just a rebellious mindset. Well, to get those kids reeled back in and to get them all playing for the common goal is remarkable for Jermaine Bird. At the time, a young man, Mark Polite. Remember, they didn't get one coach removed, Hatter. They got two coaches removed, Vincent Grayson and Mark Polite. Ain't before on the staff, but they had 5 on the bench. So Jesse Sheldon is the acting head coach. Then Jermaine Bird, they made the agreement, the coach, they had a meeting before the meeting. Let's let these kids, they can understand your language. You might want a little bro with them. Certain real coaches, OG coaches, ain't just a little bro. What's up, partner? They ain't have to do that with these kids. It's a different level of respect that is supposed to be encouraged from the household from the time they walk out the door and lace up their shoes in the morning. It should be encouraged, but it's not at all time. But it should be encouraged. It should be encouraged. Hey, you're gonna respect them. Respect whatever coach say, go. Even if it don't mean it, you say, even what he say, go. You let the kid think or believe that, hey man, that's your coach, listen to him. Then you deal with it accountable. What happens is a lot of these young people hear the grown up, they hear you grieve your grievances, they hear your sidebar conversations, they hear you on the phone the next morning or that night at home with your colleagues complaining or voicing your displeasure and your disrespect. So that kid is going to emulate whom they idolize. They're going to man up or show a sign of disrespect to that coach at whenever opportunity presents itself. You know, I just wish that a lot of things, hopefully one day they will get better, and that's one of them. If you guys haven't done so, can you share the show right now with 37 minutes past the hour? 37 minutes past the hour, and looking right now, my people down in San Antonio asking me when I'm getting there for the games. Of course, I'm scheduled to arrive tomorrow. I had too much to do down in H-Town today with getting everything on the agenda. Don't forget, guys, also, this is the final week to register for the Spring Icebreaker. The Spring Icebreaker takes place next weekend, March the 14th, 15th, and the 16th. This is the final week to register. I'm not posting the schedule for the icebreaker. Normally, I would go to the state tournament. People would see me with working on the schedule actively during the state tournament. People would see me early in the morning in the hotel at the computers we're using 2 computers at the same time, dealing with the schedule. Well, this year I'm not going to do that because normally I do that schedule only to unravel it to make corrections. Well, I'm just not going to release the schedule to Wednesday night, next Wednesday night, a day and a half for the event. Because know why? I did my studies, and a lot of these guys that do these tournaments that you guys go to, they don't release their schedule to Wednesday night. Hell, some on Thursday if their tournament starts Saturday. So a lot of the amenities still going to be a well-ran event, but I'm not going to break the neck and send a rush job out there only to redo it and have some people who make plans around the initial schedule, right, be upset. So Trey Phillips said the Semi-Coastal Classic, that's this weekend, right? And Lutheran North. And that's Semi-Coastal. She's a WNBA star, former West Side High School
That's
star
the
from the
daddy.
class of
The daddy,
2000.
Jimmy.
Oh,
Send me.
that's what I'm thinking about. That's the Sydney. I'm thinking about Sydney.
Yeah.
Yeah, the dad, because the daughter came out in 2006 from West Side High School, Semi-Coast. Semi has been covering the girls' side for well over a decade now. I think Charlotte, about 15
And
years.
this tournament is a tribute to him, putting on by Trey Phillips and Chuck McGowan, and they putting it on. They giving his flowers while he here, and this weekend is.
Yeah, he's been battling health.
Mhm.
You know, it's been what they call it, fly swatting health issues
Yeah.
over the last few years. Oh,
So,
Semi
so
and
that's a good thing for y'all to do this. Even that is Moody and already bought passes and already and told him give him away to somebody, but he just wanted to support all the way from Chicago. Yeah.
yeah, and so
Mhm.
we had, and then the following weekend, of course, I know there's different events going on, but we have a girls division, and as the spring icebreaker, you guys know we give away $1,000 to each champion. Every single team that has won our tournament since we started the donating those funds. I think we've been doing it now for about. There was no icebreaker in 2020. They pulled the plug on it right the week before. Remember somebody that called the city councilmen and all that. So that's 6 years that we've been doing it. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. This will be the 5th year, 5 year. We didn't do it in 19 that we started giving away the money. And so that's about approximately, that's over $50,000 that we've donated to the basketball community just from this event. And people walk away with checks in hand from the spring icebreaker.
And
So my
the
point
checks
is,
don't bounce.
and they damn sure don't bounce. Not a single one of them. Good rubber. You know, good rubber. Good, hey, good what they call it, good struts on those checks. You know, good struts. But my point is, for Trey Phillips, Chuck McGowan, we have a girls division next weekend. And you know, right now there's only about, maybe in one division there's about 3 teams, other teams division about 4 teams. If I get 6 teams, then we're gonna proceed and we're gonna go with it. 6 teams. That's the minimum. That way you can have 2 pools of 3. That kind of guarantees nobody's not gonna play each other again. You know, and feel free if some of the girls, young ladies the teams want to get in. That's for the high school and a varsity and a junior varsity division. Varsity and junior varsity division. We're not likely to float with the girls middle school division. It's not likely. I didn't see but one team enrolled in that uh, uh, as of this morning. So, but the junior varsity and the varsity division, we'll take that. Guess what? That increases your odds. You got to play less games to get $1,000 and sleep in your own beds. Why not? And and if we don't, then what I do every year, I'll funnel those teams over to Rodney Wynn for his tournament that's nearby. That way, some of the teams from out of town, they still can be in the vicinity. So yeah, so that's in regard to that. But the spring icebreaker, you can go to rcssports.com, click on the icebreaker flyer, and you can reserve your slots. It's going to be great. Now, meanwhile, also we have the Unsigned Senior Showcase, which is next Friday from 12 to 4. That event does not conflict with the Spring Icebreaker Tournament Division. Many people have asked me that question. That means somebody must be perpetuating that falseness out there. They do not conflict. So, and it's very, very, very organized from how we do this unsigned senior showcase. It's compact, it's quick. Coaches are there. 2 coaches are on each bench. And you're not stuck in the gym all day. 12 to 4. So you want to, you look on the front of RCS Sports, I think the info for the Unsigned Senior Showcase is right there. This is an opportunity. If you do well, then many of those coaches, they have offers. They're willing to offer. And others are willing to invite you to their campus for a tryout. Now, we got I mentioned Booker T. Washington. I mentioned, of course, Wheatley on yesterday and Bel Air on yesterday. Mentioned Duncanville, gave them props earlier. And you know that Tyler Smith, younger brother Cam Smith, is one of the star players for this Duncanville team. So I know, think about all of the refreshing, think about the refreshment as the mother, his mother, of all of the turbulence she's been through, to see her son actually finally land and play in an NBA game as a rookie, and then her youngest son to make it to the state championship game after moving from Houston to Atlanta to back to Texas to Dallas. You know, that's not easy for a single parent to be able to excel through, you know, through the muddy waters of grass of year-round basketball. Shout out to them and blessings to them. What's this? Oh yeah. All right, Heather. That's so 13 minutes up to the hour. What else we got this weekend? It was some for us talk. What we got in the mailbag, Heather? What they sent us? What we got?
I'm looking now.
As we going through the mailbag, I'm looking.
I got something for him. Watch this.
Hey, how are you? How are you, sir? How much is just a one-game pass? Sir, look, unfortunately, we do not do one-game passes. You can only get a weekend pass, which is going to be $75.
Wait, what? But I don't need the whole weekend pass. I just came to watch one of my players. Just one game, that's it.
Can't help you there, sir. Either you're buying a whole weekend pass or you're not getting in at all. $75.
Here.
All right, thank you so much, sir. Would you like to leave us a tip?
No, I don't want a tip. Crazy.
Oh, yeah!
What the f is that? What is he doing?
Woo! Oh, yeah, talk to him, gang. Hey, bro, hey, say shout out to Meat Writer Media, bro, come on. Hey, yo, shout out to Meat Writer Media, salute. Yes, sir, Meat Writer Media, boy, let's get it.
Yo, what?
Oh, yeah, night, send them boys night.
No, what kind of basketball is that?
Oh, yeah, twin. Yeah, twin, I see you, boy.
Hey man, somebody sent me that, man. I had to share that with y'all, man. Man, that man said Meat Rider Media, Jimmy. What? Come on, man.
Boy. I'm speechless. It's
Meat Rider Media. Wow. That's amazing. Is it that bad out there? Jimmy, I was watching the game the other night. The Knicks was playing. And watch what happened, man. Goddamn Common might get fired out of this. Watch this. Catfish grease right there. Being hit up
Real
in the head.
expensive,
Look
too.
at him. Said, wow. But when you sit yourself on that front row, everybody want to feed. You got to pay attention, Jimmy. Even at the table we were at last night. That's what me and Chatterbox always said. We have to be careful because that ball comes at you fast. You can't be there looking cute if you're on the front row. So Jennifer Hudson got busted in the mouth, and she did not like it. Boy, I know she told Carmen, man, you supposed to be looking out for me. He might be in trouble. But I just wanted to share that with you. Did you got something else?
Yeah, I mean, of course it's finally official that Jay Lucas is the head coach
Yes.
at Miami. So I was really, really, really nervous over the last week because that rumor had seeped out, and when rumors start seeping out that far in advance, it could compromise the deal, and so it's done. His first
Yeah.
ever head gig.
And he gone, Jimmy. He gonna leave because of the season over regular season. He ain't gonna coach during the tournament. He gone.
It's rightfully so because
He got to
you
get ready to yeah.
what the transfer portal
Yeah.
opens on the Monday
Yeah.
after.
Yeah, he got
So
to go to work.
I think Selection Sunday, I think what it is. So therefore, that's why you got to you got to go out there and get in the trenches.
Yeah.
For
He got to get on
getting
the
this
grind.
portal.
He got to assemble his staff. You heard anything about Snap?
That part, when you get a gig, two of those coaches you already got confirmed before the news even break.
Mm-hmm.
Two of them.
But he still
one
got
of them one of them the school might make you take one. They might, depending on who different situations. The school might make you keep or retain one coach.
Because somebody got to be there with right there. Yeah, that's already
somebody
got to
be in the room
transition
to report back to the money.
Right.
To go to the meeting while you over at the cookout, they over at the polo grounds and at a different function. Somebody got to be there to report and be their mode. So, but it is awesome. I mean, it's totally awesome in regarding to, because many guys of color, their very first opportunity isn't at first opportunity as a head coach, or their first gig is not likely to be in a program that's in a city, or that's inspiring, or that's on the uptick. And of course, Miami this year has been treading at the
Miami
bottom.
basketball team up until last year had never been good. They never.
I mean, but last year they was solid.
I said
They was
up until last year.
Yeah. So that means now this year's you count this as throw it out the window. But Jay Lucas to Miami, it's a done deal. And I'm gonna tell you guys right now, if you haven't text messaged, or if you haven't communicated with Jay Lucas in the last 2 months, 3 months, don't call me asking me to put you in for an interview, because your job is to keep watering the plants of your relationships. It's not my job to water your plants for you. Now, if you've been in good graces and good communication, your bridge of communication has been good with him, then yeah, I throw you a bone. But if you know you ain't done what you're supposed to do, then you putting me on a kamikaze mission. And that's why relationships, you have the power to make that thing grow accordingly. Everybody does with relationships. Just take them for granted. Now everybody knowing Jay the hottest. Jay probably he already have 2 or 3 cell phones already. I know one of them probably shut off right now. It's on dead mute. And but it's a good thing, man. Good thing. And I know that for him to take that job, that mean they got the bag waiting on him to be able to push out. And a lot of people won't mind going and living in Miami, and playing basketball, especially for Jay Lucas. I'm anxious to see who he's going to have alongside him on that bench. This is going to be it's going to be really, really intriguing. And however, you can rest assured that at least one coach that he's been on the bench with will likely be on the side alongside him at Miami, at least one. So it's a good day, man. Good day. So that means also there's an assistant job open at Duke. So as you know, zero
Now
sum game.
speaking of already been that job filled already.
Well, exactly. It's what it's either A or B, and they've already had those. The head coach already kind of know,
Yeah.
and it's a good time. That's another black head coach. I ain't mad at it. So he starts the thing off. We're losing one with Coach Hamilton at Florida State, but we gained one with Jay Lucas. So let's see how many and let's keep count and see if we can exceed last year's head coaching total of black head coaches in Division One basketball. Right now, it's 56 minutes past the hour, and trying to think if there was anything else that I forgot for you guys. Oh, they have released the names of the 10 finalists for the Guy V. Lewis Award. The Guy V. Lewis Award is given out annually to the top player in Greater Houston. Now, I'm sorry, top player in Houston. Sorry, in Houston. And they define that by Houston and any county that is adjacent to Houston, that touches Harris County. So Harris County, along with any county that immediately touches the circumference of Harris County. So those 10, as we get ready to leave, I'll give you those 10 in I guess in alphabetical order. And they are Bryce Jackson from Shadow Creek High School, Jalen Finner from Atascocita High School, Kevin Sargent from Thurgood Marshall High School, Michael Collins from Shadow Creek High School, Montana Wheeler from Xavier Academy, Quentin Sanders from Wheatley High School, Samuel Johnson from Booker T. Washington High School, Shelton Henderson from Bel Air High School, Skylar Holt from Stafford High School, and last but not least, Trey Lewis from Grand Oaks High School. Those are the 10 finalists for the Guy V. Lewis Award. It will be announced on April the 1st. And there will be a ceremony on April the 1st that all 10 of these finalists will be invited to with their families and their coaches and whatnot. And then the winner will be announced on that particular day. So that's a nice crop of finalists. You can make a case for every one of them. And however, there's about 4 of those young men that are still actively playing in their respective state championship games. So, some guys may be able to play themselves upward or play themselves out of favor for this game. So that's in a nutshell.
That's good.
But it's time. Don't forget, go over to rcssports.com and check out the info for the Unsigned Senior Showcase. If you know a 12th grader anywhere, Texas, Louisiana, that could benefit from that, or needs to benefit from that, then guess what? Do them a favor. There's going to be coaches there, and it's going to be an opportunity. And it's a very economical event compared to others that will take place over the next couple of months. But we want to thank you guys for tuning into the Chop Shop. We'll post that Guy V. Lewis list for you on rcsports.com shortly in the VIP news. And we'll see you guys, of course, on Monday when we come back. There's going to be plenty.
State champions will be crowned, won't it?
Yeah, DFW. There go Paul Miranda. Uh-oh.
Oh, he been in there. He just ain't said nothing. He running scared.
And our hearts and prayers extend to the family of Big Mo. That funeral takes place on Saturday. And I was hoping and thinking that if it did, it was going to be a Sunday or a Monday, but that's not the case.
Cause you love to go. You've been there. You love to go to funeral.
I learned different stuff from funerals, man.
I know you the funeral man.
I take notes. I be at funerals, man.
I don't take nothing from them. I be trying to get the hell out of there.
Man, I learned the words of so many songs at these funerals now, boy. These gospel hymns. I
go to church. I go to church enough. I don't need to go to no funeral. He said everybody knows Henderson the best player. Huh.
I mean,
that don't mean he had the best season, do it?
Yeah, that don't mean that.
He got injured a lot of the season. He was injured a lot of the season.
And this year, for the first time, let me add about this Guy V. Lewis Award.
Mm-hmm.
High school coaches now have been invited to participate in the voting process. I like that. So now it helps. It's harder to get there. That means the numbers are going to swell. So I do know that. High school coaches have been invited to the process. Anyway, no, we ain't getting no OT, Barry McDonald.
No, sir.
Go back and watch. Go back and watch one of the other shows from this week. You want some overtime.
We'll see you later.
We got to get up out of here, man.
We out, man.
We up out of here. Chop Shop.
Jim Hicks. Rob Hatter. You are now tuned in to the Chop Shop. I'm Retro. Let's get it. We in the Chop Shop. We live in the Chop Shop. We talk this sports talk. We live in the Chop Shop. We in the Chop Shop. I'm talking sports talk. So turn your dials up. It's live in the Chop Shop. We in the Chop Shop. We live.